Hi, and welcome back to the Positive Prepper. So today is a really light video. These are 10 things you should know before moving from a city to the country, because that's what's happening right now. There's a lot of city people that are fed up, with the crime and stuff, and I get it. I really do. I would not want to be in any city right now. So I thought it would be fun to do 10 things that you should know before you move from the city to the country. So number one, there's bugs. So we have mosquitoes, and we have bees, and we have biting flies, and we have snakes, and we have spiders. That's just a part of country life. Like, you're going to sit outside, you're going to get swarmed by flies. You're going to get the mosquitoes. You're going to see snakes in the yard when you're mowing. You're going to have the spiders. That's just a part of country living. You learn how to live with them. Number two, we don't have any electric charging stations out here in the country. And we'd probably laugh at anybody that needed one. Okay. Gas. Way to go. You got lots of people out in the country. If you ran out of gas on a road, they're going to stop. They're going to run you to the gas station. But if your electric vehicle runs out of power, they're just going to tip their hat and be like, yeah, good luck to you. Number three, you better have four-wheel drive. So I've been here for 2023? So I've been here for 24 years. And my driveway doesn't get any better. I have this sinkhole that moves in my driveway. Like, one year it'll be here, the next year it'll be here. I wouldn't be able to get in my driveway without four-wheel drive. And not only that, but the roads might not necessarily be plowed in the winter. Okay, so you better have four-wheel drive, and it better be a gas four-wheel drive, not an electric four-wheel drive, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Number four, we don't go by blocks or miles. We go by minutes and landmarks. So where I'm at right now, I'm 15 minutes to both towns that I work in. 15 minutes this way, 15 minutes that way. So if you say, like, how close is the nearest Walmart, we're not going to tell you it's, 43 miles. We're going to tell you that with the Amish buggies and with the tractors, figure about 40 minutes is what it's going to take you. Okay? So get used to that. Number five, do not wear a BLM shirt or bumper sticker. So, this might get me in trouble, but all lives matter to me. All lives. There isn't one that matters more than the other. But the BLM, tried to come up here to one of our local towns, and they tried to do this protest thing. You know what happened to them up here? We had a guy in a truck that did burnouts and just covered them in this burnout smoke until the cop came by and said, all right, son, I think you've gotten your message across. And the truck left, and so did the protesters. So don't bring any of that city stuff up here, or into the country, because that ain't going to work. Number six, we can tell you're from the city. Doesn't matter how you dress or how you think you're talking, we're going to know it right away that you are from the city. So expect that when you talk to your neighbors, they're going to roll their eyes. That's just a thing. Because you're going to say something that is very city-ish, and we're going to know it, and we're going to roll our eyes. We'll help you because that's the kind of people we are, right? Living in these small towns. But you're going to see a lot of eye rolling when that happens. You're not going to get a cappuccino or a frappe in the country. You're going to have black coffee and you're going to like it. Number 7, you better prepare to live like a redneck. So that means learning how to grow a garden, learn how to hunt, learn how to can, right? Start doing all that country folk stuff. And I'm going to give you an example, and I did ask permission first because that's what we do. But my husband, whom I love dearly, you know, he's been in the country now for about 20 some years. But he actually grew up in the city. He graduated in a huge high school, you know, went to college, went over to Oxford for a year or so, too, in college. Total city boy. And when we started dating, and he was going to go hunting for the first time, and I could just picture him shooting a deer and standing over it and scratching his head going, well, okay, I shot it. Now what do I do with it? And that's exactly what he did. You know, luckily he got help from, I think it was his neighbor, that, because he's like, okay, well, I shot it, but I have no idea how to dress it. I have no idea what to do with it now. So if you're going to move from the city to the country, these are things that you need to know about. We kill animals for food. Okay. So if you're vegetarian in the country, good luck with that. Remember, you're moving into our territory. We didn't move into yours. Number 8, don't duck every time you hear a gunshot. Some of us country folk like to shoot for fun. We actually have a Second Amendment party, and we have guns of all shapes and sizes, and we love to shoot them, and we blow stuff up because we like to see stuff blow up. If you duck or you cringe or you jerk every time you hear that, you're not in the right place. Because actually tonight when we were sitting outside in the pavilion, we heard one of the neighbors shooting to the north, and we were like, oh, you know, somebody's shooting. But if you duck or it bothers you, then the country is not the place for you. Because 9 times out of 10, one of your neighbors is sighting in their guns or just having fun. That's what we do. Number 9, our dogs will come and say hi to you on your property. Get used to it. That's just the way it is in the country, okay? Dogs roam free. They go where they want to. I want to tell this story real quick that, you know, where we live, I think we have just built the middle section of we have an outdoor pavilion with like a full kitchen and everything. But before we got it, the floor cemented and everything, it looked like stalls, right? So my husband and I got up one morning and there was a horse, one of the neighbors' horses, standing in the stall of our pavilion. So we got, at that time, our daughter was pretty young, so we got her up and we're like, oh, you need to come and see this, right? So she came out and pet it, and of course our dogs didn't even pay attention. It was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But that happens in the country. The cows are going to get out. The horses are going to get out. It's not the end of the world. It's not a crisis. My dogs are going to come and see you. My neighbor's dogs have been over here. It's like, oh, you know, there's a dog we haven't seen for a while. Pet, pet, pet. And eventually the dog goes home. So don't freak out about it. It's just the way we are. And then number 10, we smell better than the city. So instead of smog, you're getting cow poop or pig poop or chicken poop. That's what it's going to smell like in the country. I wanted to add the 11th one on here is like, if you're a vegetarian in the country, good luck. Don't go to your neighbors, because we are always barbecuing something. Whether it's venison or goat or pig or beef, pork, whatever it might be. Being a vegetarian in the country, and I'm not saying that some of you aren't, you know, but don't go to your neighbors, because there's going to be burgers, brats, whatever on the grill, especially in the spring, summer, and fall. You're not going to fit in. And like I said, we're going to be able to tell that you are from the city. So I wanted to bring these points out because, you know, like I said at the beginning, there's a lot of people now that don't like the crime, and I get it. I fully support that. The lawlessness that's happening right now and trying to get out of those places, I don't blame you one bit. But don't come into the country. Try that in a small town. Come into these small towns. Don't bring your big city ideals, because that's not going to fly here. We are very close-knit, and we have each other's backs, and that includes our law enforcement, our judges, our neighbors, our family, our friends, our acquaintances that we know from the bar. We have their back. So if you come in trying to bring your big city ideas out here, I would think twice about that. So anyways, these are my ideas. Just if you're thinking about that and what to do and what not, just be prepared, because it is a completely different lifestyle. So as always, stay safe, stay aware, and God bless.